Alright guys, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about the super mega project amusement park that is being built. It currently is under construction, called Six Flags Qiddiya in Saudi Arabia. It is a mega project with the cost of $1 billion. And of course, with how these mega projects normally work around that area, this amusement park only has the world's tallest, fastest, longest roller coaster. Nothing special, but this is just crazy. So they're building a massive theme park with about 10 different zoned themes in a desert. I mean, it's going to be like 100 degrees. The only thing I'm surprised about when it comes to this project is that there's not some technology they're working on, like some underground pool to cool the entire amusement park. But this is what it is. We're going to go through the entire thing and kind of talk about the different renderings. The construction on it started in December of 2021. They have not started assembling the Falcon's flight, which is the biggest, most craziest coaster that is being built right now in the world. It's going to be the tallest, fastest, longest roller coaster that has a crazy POV. I believe you can look it up on YouTube. Just look up Falcon's flight POV. It literally climbs up like a mountain. If you actually look at where the park is located, it's like located in a valley of the desert, and it's like the Falcon's flight climbs out of it. It is crazy. The overall statistics of the Falcon's flight: 525 feet vertical dive off a cliff, which will be the maximum height reached on a coaster. The King de Caw, which had the previous record, I believe, was around 450, and the Top Thrill Dragster was right around like 420 or 430. But this is an actual roller coaster. You know, the King de Caw, just one massive hill. This is like a legit longer in terms of the total distance. I believe it's 3 minutes total. It will traverse roughly 13,000 feet, which is 2.5 miles of track, and reach a top speed of 155 miles per hour, making it the longest and fastest roller coaster to go along with the tallest in the entire world. That is the Falcon's flight, and that is the main crazy attraction. And there are a few construction photos that I was able to find. Those are just more renderings of the park. Again, the park is going to be split up into different zoned areas. Just some overall statistics on it. The park will feature 28 rides and attractions across 75 acres. Several of these attractions are rumored to be record breakers, and the park will be divided into different themed zones, making it one of Six Flags' most detailed overall amusement park that is supposed to cost at $1 billion or right over $1 billion, which does make it a mega project. The first land will be Steamtown, which is said to be a place where the past and future collide. Discovery Springs will focus on water and include many water-featured fountains. Twilight Gardens will focus on beautiful foliage that will grow at night. The Valley of Fortune will invite guests to experience adventure while showcasing Arabian agriculture. World Expos of the past will focus on the Grand Exposition, and the City of Thrills will feature the park's signature coaster, Falcon's Flight. So that is the overall design zoning areas of the Six Flags Qiddiya, which again is in the early stages of being built. There were a few recent updated photos. Just looking at the designs, it seems like there are a few different coasters that climb up like little cliffs. Like, again, how it's built. It's like built into like a footprint in a desert. That's the best way I can describe it. And there is going to be like a water area. I guess there will be a water park and a few water slides and things like that. But again, the main focus will be, looks like 4 or 5 different total roller coasters, like legitimate ones, in and throughout the overall park. Also a go-kart track, it looks like, just judging from these renderings that I am seeing. And there they are laying it down right there. That is the City of Thrills area, which has the Falcon's Flight coaster. And you can kind of see some of the different themes that will be involved into it. So you're wondering, where is the biggest roller coaster in the world? Well, it's apparently going to be in Saudi Arabia. I was also looking online at what people were saying about it. I mean, people just do not trust it at all. They're saying, we'll let someone else ride it, things like that. Yeah, it'll be an interesting idea, because when you look at the tallest coasters in the world, the King Dakar and the Dragster, it's just one giant hill. It goes straight up and straight down. This is actually a roller coaster that not only is the tallest, but it's also going to be the fastest, and it's going to have, it's like a legitimate roller coaster. It's a 3-minute ride. It's not like, I believe the Top Thrill Dragster is like 17 seconds or something like that. So this will be a legit long ride. I do wonder if they're going to have any issues with it when they test it, possibly getting up over some of the hills. If you look at, like, when you watch the POV, it seems like there's a few spots where it has to climb a lot without a chain, like midway through the ride. But, that would be crazy. I would imagine the amount of people that are going to ride this, it's got to be a pretty small number, unless you're willing to fork over a lot of money to go out to Saudi Arabia, and then there was also a section in an article. I was looking up theme park tourism or theme park tourists. They said, why hasn't anyone heard of this crazy new, roller coaster? Because, listen, this would be a big deal. World's fastest, biggest, tallest roller coaster going up right now, being constructed. Well, it's in Saudi Arabia. That's kind of the thing. Well, it's in Saudi Arabia. And I think the other issue is the heat here. And that also kind of surprised me. I was trying to look for how are they going to combat the heat, because it is like a pressure cooker in the middle of a desert, and I couldn't really find anything. I'm sure normally with these mega projects happening in this, part of the world, they come up with really high-tech designs and renderings on how they're going to combat this stuff. Dubai had a crazy stadium idea where they would have water under the stadium that would be cooled and rise like as air, and it would cool the stadium artificially. It was like artificial air conditioning. So I'm guessing they're definitely going to come up with something, but it is kind of surprising. I couldn't really find anything. And then, there is, not a lot of tourism happening to Saudi Arabia at this point from America. So that's probably another reason why not many people are hearing about this. But Six Flags Qiddiya is happening. It was first announced on April 4th, 2018. Six Flags would develop a theme park in Saudi Arabia as part of the Qiddiya Entertainment District. In 2019, Six Flags announced their official master plan and revealed the park's 6 theme lands and its record-breaking attractions. It had originally been scheduled to open in early 2023, but has been subject to constant construction delays like most mega projects have current issues. So I would imagine if they broke ground in late 2021, I would say probably 2024, mid 2024 is their target opening date at this point. This looks like their water park area design with the slides coming out of the mountain and things like that. So, that is very, very impressive if that is the case. That was recently unveiled. But either way, I'm sure there'll be several updates for when the Falcon's flight actually gets built and gets tested. And we'll have to see if this ends up working out. The biggest concern is the heat. How does that get combated? I've gone to theme parks in the summer. It gets pretty brutal. And this is like on steroids. They're next to a desert. It's in a desert. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. I'm sure a lot of people that are going to it are probably used to heat, but the tourism, it could be a little bit tough. Either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description.